Hello, one, hello, all. It is your friends again here at the Bandtime Podcast. My name is Mr. Chaotic Pants or David. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at the same name. How you see it spelled up by my little boxy thing. And today we're going to be discussing Downtown Battle Mountain by Dance Gavin Dance. These two guys are losers.
Yeah,
What's
we
up,
are.
man? I'm
Ninja,
Baby with some gravy. Check out my Twitch. Spelled just like it is in a little box up there. And Alex likes to bake.
off you, man. I'm Ninja Dot Paint 3, and as Baby with some gravy said, I like to bake.
All right, well,
I'm sorry that I like serving these hot takes.
if you guys haven't noticed what we were doing already, we're going through all the DGD albums leading up to DGD 10. So if you want to catch episode one, we discussed whatever I say is World Ocean, and we're gonna keep on going in chronological order. So if you want to watch the backlogs or if you want to tune in the future, you guys know. Basically, we're just gonna start with track one, Untitled. Now, if you watched episode one, everybody would know my gripes that I had with the intro track, and they pretty much fixed everything that I said in the last video on this album. I love how it ties in to the last track on the album, or not technically the last track on the album, but what I consider to be the last track on the album. I like how it's not I like how it's not the title track of the album this time, and I think it really leads up into track two. Well, it builds up really nicely. So they kind of fixed everything that I said about the last album.
A little bit.
You guys got anything to add?
um,
Uh,
go
uh,
ahead, Alex.
I enjoyed this opening only for the sole fact of it was different from the actual first, whatever I say is Royal Ocean, and just the subtleness of how you can hear John in it with his vocals. I was like, it was a really cool touch. One thing I can and will say about that, what they didn't fix, is how it actually goes in to the opening song. I think they could have done a little bit better. They did do a lot better with like the feel of the actual intro into intro song, but it wasn't quite there yet, in my opinion.
For me, man, it was like David said, man. They fixed everything in my opinion from whatever I say is Royal Ocean, and I mean just the somber tone and how it I don't know. It's just how somber it is, and then John just yelling, "Fucking! I believe there's meaning. No, I believe there's nothing." For 14 straight. That's just crazy.
14
And
straight
like
what?
14 straight, whatever the fuck. All right. For the whole fucking song, he just says, "I believe there's meaning. No, I believe there's nothing," and that shit kind of hit for me. I really enjoy this first track in Downtown Battle Mountain. It's solid for me.
All right, well, let's slip on past that. Alex, take us off track two.
Track
Let's go.
two. And I told them I invented New Times Roman.
Times New Roman,
Is
fucking
Times New Roman.
idiot.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the track list right here and it didn't really have that up there. But uh, this
All
song
right.
to me was one of the lesser songs in the album. It is overrated in my opinion. And I just couldn't really get it. To me, it didn't have the feel of the rest of the album did, and I guess it's only because of how, like I said, how they introduced it with the intro. I think they could have done a little bit better, and just on how they tried to just throw it in your face at the beginning. I understand you coming from like this melodic introduction into what you want to show them, and I can see where it still kind of holds its roots from their first EP and how they really didn't progress. They didn't progress with this song, is what I'm trying to say. But the one thing that I can say about this is they did put into consideration on how they did the vocals, on how they layered them instead of Johnny singing with John on top of that. No, they layered it a lot different. They gave each other time to do their part instead of it just being like so muddled all the time. And that's what I got to say about this track.
Right on. I agree with a
Solid.
lot of what you said, but I think that they did the build up really well coming off of the intro track into this. But I've just heard I've heard this song like 10 million times,
Yeah, right.
and it's because it's a fan favorite. Like people really like this song, but I feel like it's like uneasy hearts for me. You know, I've just heard it too many times,
Yeah.
and honestly, it was fun to re-listen to it the first time or two, but then after like the fifth or sixth time listening to this album, getting ready for this was kind of like it's getting a little bit of a chore. You know, I was like, I've heard this song a lot.
And honestly, that's how this album was for me. Like, it's not my favorite. It's just when I sat down and had to listen to it a couple times, we're just ready to move on to the next.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad song. I think it's pretty solid in terms of like the way they structured it and the way they, put it all together. I think it was a very, very solid song. Um, I think my favorite part of the whole song is fucking just the opening. Like fucking Johnny just coming in hard. He's like, but now you know that I am cold. Now I'm found, and just the way his range really kind of showed, and just in that little tiny bit of the start of this song, the range was there. It was lovely.
yeah. Uh, Don, you want to take us into track three?
Do I ever? So track 3 is "It's Safe to Say You Dig the Backseat." Number one, great fucking name for a song. All right, great fucking name for a song. And this song is pretty fire to me as well. It's actually, I mean, it's a great song, but it's one of my least favorite on this particular album. It's
Why
a
is that?
damn just I mean, just because all the other songs to me, except for maybe one or two, stack up so much more. There's just more to them. There's a lot going on, and it's a lot that you're taking in, and you're like, fuck, this is like great. But this song is a little less that than the other songs. I'm not saying this song ain't that song, but this song ain't as good as these other songs. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I'll go next. See, I was really trying to fly through the first two tracks because this is where I start having fun with this album. Like this is really where this album kicks off for me. My biggest gripe with this song, though, and kind of the entire album, John Mess was kind of started doing this like misogynistic shit in some lyrics. Like in this song, he says, "Oh, whores don't trip, they bleed on the tapestry. Whores don't trip, they bleed at the bar." And like, I get it, bro. I get it. I get what you was doing. I get it. This shit hurts. But also, I don't think it aged very well.
I like this song only for the sole fact that it really gave me a tidal waves breakfast, lunch, and dinner vibe, and it was so good. I don't know what that's Clayton. That's our buddy right there. I'm at Dalton's house right now, and that's his roommate, and I'm
You're
being pretty bad
ruining the
anyway.
fucking.
But
You're ruining the mystique. Don't
but
do it.
yeah, no, I like it because it did, like I said, reminded me of tidal waves a lot, and
Ugh.
just the whole vibe. And that's what I was gonna ask if that was the reason why you didn't like it. Dalton was
This
since it
was a
gave you that
much
vibe.
better fucking song than Tidal Waves. This is
No,
this is 20 times better than fucking Tidal Waves. Tidal Waves sucks. All right? Don't keep bringing me back to this, all right? I don't like it.
oh, I'm going to. There are multiple songs that I can bring back to that song,
And there are
but
multiple better fucking songs, Alex.
all
Mm.
right. But we'll move on to the track 4.
Track
All right,
4.
Strawberry Andre. I've been waiting. This is my time to shine. I like this song. You know what? Hot take, Mr. Chaotic Pants. Hot take. All right, Strawberry Andre, the most underrated DGD song with strawberry in the title. Hot take.
It is not even
Hot
part of
take.
the Strawberry like saga or anything.
I like to think it is because I kind of make it. start a part of my strawberry saga, you know.
I feel
But
you. I like it too that way.
see,
Have
I
you?
love.
Hold on. Have you ever actually tried strawberry Andre?
Yes, I have, but like cheap shit in a can.
It's fucking disgusting,
Yeah.
dude.
But some of my favorite lyrics are "People flake, they wake and bake. Forget what you said. Obviously, not possibly. You didn't take your meds." I'm like, that's that shit. That's that shit right there, John.
I would
Um,
have to
a,
agree
a
with.
damn fun song to play on guitar as well.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I
that
love that
intro.
this song is so breakdowny. The parts are just so fun, dude.
But yeah,
But
I would have to agree with David. This is a really good song, and this is what honestly really sold the album for me was this one song because of the way that the guitar starts off. It takes me back to that post-hardcore stuff that they still have in them, other than them trying to experiment with different things. And another thing, to me, is what I want to point out with this album as well is this is the album where they broke away from what they wanted to do with Bizarro, and they started getting more technical with their like leads, and you can clearly see that in this song as
yeah,
well.
All
David or
right, you
Dalton?
ready? You ready?
Dalton.
You ready for this? I did not like this fucking song. I did not like this song before I started listening to it for this podcast. And then I was like, damn, this shit kind of slap. Like it kind of goes hard. Like just the whole opening to this song is just it hits you in the goddamn mouth. It's like take that shit, you know? Like fuck you, but I love you. And and I just fuck with it, man. I like it's probably one of my favorite songs on the album now. After listening to it as many times as I have, it's a solid fucking song.
Shit
Everything about
slaps.
it, fucking the bass in that song is ridiculous. The bass is ridiculous, and Matt Mingus again kills it in this song. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's all I got. I like it now.
Alex, you want to take us off? Lemon meringue tie.
Lemon meringue tie. All I have
Oh,
to
fan
say
favorite.
about this song is it is a really good fan favorite. This is the one like fan favorite song that I can stand listening to over and over. And it's only for the sole fact of just Johnny's vocals in this one song has to be the best in the whole entire album. And you can't fight me about that because you know I'm right. And just John's vocals as well, the way they like mixed it with Johnny's when he's like saying "and now you go," when he's
Yeah.
saying "slip me the Vicodin, this world is upside down." I just love how uh, with this album they really started thinking about how to structure the like melodies and the vocals tie in with like the guitars and stuff. I like how they started to like really create a structure for that. And basically they'll start doing that with, you know, years to come with Dance Gavin Dance. And this is honestly the album for me that started Dance Gavin Dance. And it's one of my favorites in the album because for one, it's one of my favorites to play on guitar. The guitar work that Will does on this song, I love the twinkly stuff that he like really put out there, and just the little breakdowny stuff that he still has, you know.
Yeah. Definitely a fan favorite, and it's for a reason. It's because this shit slaps harder than your mama's titties. But one of my favorite riffs off of this album is the hammer on riff. It's so simple.
It is
Give me one
simple.
string. That's all I need. I tear it up
And
on one string, bro.
honestly, that's what another thing I like about it is because the guitar work is so simple, but
But
yet it
hard
works.
hitting.
But it
That shit
works.
hits. Yeah. Dalton, you want to add on to anything?
That's a good song.
All right.
That's it.
Well,
That's just it.
I mean, y'all said enough. It's a good song.
All right, the next
Fan
track,
favorite for a reason.
the Backwards Pumpkin song. I fucking
Oh,
love.
right.
I love this song a lot. I think
Backwards
this
Pumpkin
song.
song.
I
Hell
think
yeah.
this song comes in and just kills it. Some of my favorite parts is just John's lyrics again. I'm stealing the jewels, slow motion action replay bar fight. I invented chivalry, notching my bedpost. I'm like, ah,
Oh,
especially the notching my bedpost part. I'm like, he was counting that shit. That's fucked up. But I think you can definitely see like John Mess was kind of in this like nihilistic small brain mode on this album in some parts. Like I said, I don't think it aged very well all the time, but it still hits a soft spot, you know.
yeah. No, Backwards Pumpkin song was a that. God, it hits hard. Like just from the beginning all the way to the end, and then when Johnny says bring back this fight tonight, all of these lies that I uphold for one good note, that shit hit my heart in a way that I can't exactly explain. But like he, because Johnny, I feel like in this song he's talking about finally breaking out, and they're like doing something with music legitimately. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
he's seeing some of the shitty parts of it too, and he's like kind of not fucking with it, but he's still fucking with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I mean, Backwards Pumpkin song. This is another song that at first listen I wasn't a fan, and then the more I listened to it, I was like, no, this is like one of the better songs on the album. Still not my favorite. When we get to my favorite, you'll know
I know
because
which one's your favorite.
Yeah,
you don't.
I want to take a
Yes, I
little
do.
back step right here.
Do you really?
I forgot to add something onto It's safe to say you dig the back seat. I love that that's the song that John Miss started the whole fade shit in.
Hey, motherfucker,
The
no
fade
backtracking.
away. Yeah,
No backtracking, motherfucker.
and I just love that he started it there and they kept it up, like up until their albums today.
Oh my god, I'm sitting on my knees.
All right, well
All
shit,
right, the backwards pumpkin
Antline.
song. For no, I didn't do mine for the backwards pumpkin song.
We don't
Oh,
need
we
Yeah,
your
I
skipped
did.
input.
it.
Oh well, I mean, it's gonna be short. It's gonna be short. This was one of the songs like I didn't listen to much, so I didn't really like it at all. And there was a reason to that that we'll get into like future videos, be it for something that they did in the future. And that was the reason why I didn't listen to it much. But coming back and listening to this album, that it changed. It gave it more of a different feel to me than in their newer stuff. And there's that one guitar part where like it's literally just I can't remember how it goes, but it's literally just the guitar playing
The
and
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that,
That's my favorite part.
and
Hell yeah.
honestly, that's what made the song for me too. And then how it just goes back into like what Dalton was saying, Johnny saying, "Bring back the fight tonight," and yeah,
That shit hits
yeah,
hard,
it
man. That
does.
that and I what is it that motherfucking John is saying? John is saying, "Don't mind them; they can't elope. Leave them off of the great boat." I don't know what that means, but I think he's talking about Noah.
So, a little reminder to you guys, we're only at 20 minutes right now. So, I know we're trying to go through this one a little bit faster, but if you guys want to take a little bit more time, feel
I
free.
mean, yeah,
All right, so let's talk about a day to remember's homesick for a minute.
no, no, it's not that time yet.
All right. Track 7, Antlion. Alex, you want to take us out?
Yeah. So this one right here was the one song that I like lyrically the most, and it's just the way that Johnny on this song right here. Johnny is what steals it for me when he's just like it's honestly the beginning like chorus where he's like, "There's a bomb in my face, decorated in white lace. People they look at you. Do you think of food?" And and then he just keeps repeating that for the first chorus, and I, like that just honestly brings into how not just John's lyrics are interpretable, but how Johnny can do the same and just bring it really together.
Yeah.
And that's what I really liked about this song because it showed that side of Johnny as well, more than it showing it towards John's lyrics. And that's what I gotta say about this one. This one, favorite lyrically.
Um, Antlion
Really? Your favorite lyrically?
in
Yeah,
the whole
Oh,
album.
yeah, in the whole album.
Wow, okay,
Oh,
those are bold claims. Not gonna
yeah,
lie.
I know.
Now,
Heckin.
here's what Antlion is to me. Antlion was one of those weaker songs of the album, in my opinion. This is just me, but I do like the way it starts off with all the guitar just going hard and fucking they're like something's wrong, and like just like everything they put together for especially the opening verse of this song was just like kind of wild, but they fit it all. It's just wild that they fit it all in there, and you can hear it so I guess cohesively. I don't know if that's the word, but it all fits together very well, and you can hear kind of everything that you need to be hearing, like the bass, the drums, the fucking guitar, vocals, all that shit. You can hear it all very very plainly. You could pick it out easily. This is one of those songs that if you're gonna learn a song by ear, this is probably a song you could do it with.
Yeah, I really like Antlion. This is probably my least listened to song on this album, though. Like, but I like it a lot because the intro hits so hard. But I've always thought of this song being like an anthemy feel. Like maybe it's just the intro. The intro just doesn't feel like it's being sang. It's more like a group, like away from the microphone. The something's wrong,
Yeah.
and then the screams come in. Like it just feels more anthemy in that way to me
Well,
for
I
some
mean,
reason.
Dance Gavin Dance hasn't done a lot of anthemic songs, but this
Yes,
one
they
I
have.
could. Well, I'm talking like
Yes, they have.
not such as this, not in this.
Well, you're not in this period of time, of course not.
That's what I'm
But
saying. At this point, they hadn't, and
yeah,
this was one of those first ones where they were like, let's do something a little anthemic, and I think it panned out for them. I think this is a solid song. Like David said, I do think this is my least listened to track on the album, but
hmm
I also very much like it. Yeah,
Right on.
that's it.
All right, the next song, "Turn Off the Lights." I'm watching Back to the Future. I fucking
So.
love this song. I really do. Fuck off. I'm talking about this. I like. I think this is Johnny's strongest song on the album.
Mm,
Whenever he
okay.
does the before
mm.
we got too far,
Yeah, yeah,
you
those are the
know,
words.
Yeah.
yeah, whatever he says, I really don't know. Oh, that's another thing. A lot of
Before we
Johnny's
get too
lyrics,
far.
yeah, a lot of Johnny's
Yeah.
lyrics on this song to me. I don't know if it was the heroin
He
or,
says before we get too far, I won't let you take this light.
yeah, but there is a lot of spots on this album that he kind of like just muddles words together, and it's kind of hard to understand them.
Yeah, no, that happens a lot. Hey, June. And June's got a lot to say about this song.
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry, back to you, David. Are you done?
Oh, if there's ever a time maybe you just want to like lock yourself in a room and like do some drugs, this is the song to do
This
it
is the
to.
song that. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can
if
see
you're
that.
if you're going on a bender, just turn on this song and start off the 3 days, man. Like that's the vibes of this song for me.
I think this is more of a 4-day bender, but that's just
Alex, you got anything
This
besides the
has to
screaming
be
child?
on. He's not screaming. I muted the mic, so he's got
I
something to
can
say
hear him through
too.
Dalton's.
Yeah, I can hear him through Dalton's too. I can hear the echo. But he didn't want to be on camera anymore. This song is okay. It's not one of my like. All right, it had its place in the album, and I understand it. There's one that's better, and we'll get to that one. But instrumentally, it was the one to me that like really lacked in what Dance Gavin Dance was trying to put out at this
What
time.
they were trying to
Yeah,
convey.
when they were trying to convey this, honestly, kind of took me back a little bit to Wizarro and whatnot, and it didn't really have any change for me. And that's what I gotta say.
All right.
I
Well,
disagree
shit.
with you, bitch.
Well,
I
give a
think
reason to ride.
a reason why, motherfucker, for one, just the vocals in the song are incredible. Like you're wrong. Instrumentally, maybe you could have a point, but absolutely not vocally. John and fucking Johnny were on point, man. I mean, it's an incredible song. It's almost a ballad, man. You're out of your mind. You're out of your fucking mind.
All right. Well, track 9, I know Dalton likes this one. So we'll let you go off.
This is
Open
Dalton's
Your Eyes and Look
favorite.
This
North.
is my favorite song on this
I
entire
knew it.
album. It's just so good. My favorite part is at the end when they're playing the part that goes with you can go for it, just don't ignore it. Ration the wine, laughing in revelry. You can go for it, just don't ignore it. Caution, I'm drugged. Well, here comes the symphony. The rapist gives God a hug. That shit, bro. Just the way the guitar and the drums, the instrumentals come into that song, or that part of the song is just incredible, bro. It's almost like kind of poppy, but like without being blatantly pop, you know. And it sounds so fucking good, man. And then fucking uh at the start of the song where he's like, sunrise, wake up, stand up, look into red eyes, stay up all night thinking of reasons why I can't feel your skin. Fucking mind
Head
blowing.
cannon.
Bro, I'm telling you. I fucking love this song, my favorite song of the album by far, and it has been since I heard the album for the first time. This song has always slapped for me, and it always will.
Right on.
Thank
I
you.
like this song because to me it has one of like my favorite John Metz chorus, and it just like I said, it's very John Metz's lyrics are very interpretable. So you take it as you want it, and another person might take it as they want it. And this one right here is one of those, and it just hits. And then it comes to the verse, and I love it. The verse where it says Johnny and John going back and forth. I honestly, they stepped up the way they did the vocals on this. John's vocals, they still sound a little raw, but they gave it enough to it for it to sound different from their
It
like EP.
punches.
It
It
punches. It's
punches.
it's
It
like
does.
they gave it
It
they
cuts
gave
through
it
the
a
mix better.
yeah, they mixed it better. They gave it a lot more bass to where it's not just like real scratchy all the time.
Yeah, they
And
toned down the mids and upped up the lows a
that
little
one,
bit.
this is the one song where you can literally just hear the production in it and it being done well from like the
Yeah.
first.
I'd like to
So,
add on that I think this song is a very refreshing glass of lemonade. It's good as fuck.
I think Alex, you were talking about John's chorus. Could embrace yourself in the morphine hallway, lying on the ground with a heart as a ball and chain. Message to the bird: I know your wings will be fine. Spread them on the floor. Learn to heal will take time. And yeah, that's one of my favorite choruses. That's one of my favorite like solo John Miss choruses that he ever did for sure.
It's fire.
Yes.
Um, to add on what you said, I feel like this song is like the clash between two titans. You know what I mean?
I
It's
love
like
that movie.
Johnny and John are just both fighting on this entire song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every time one hits a crazy note, the other one does something just as crazy.
That's what I'm saying. The production to this song shows it
Yeah,
that they stepped up.
I really like this song a lot. I need to listen to it more though. That's probably that and Antlion are like my two least listened to songs, besides 12 Hours and Untitled, of course, because everybody
Yes.
skips those. But
I don't. I don't. And there is a reason why. I would probably skip the beginning
when have
track
you
of
ever
this.
listened to 12 Hours?
Okay, I listen to it all the time when I'm listening to it, and I will tell you why. Because we're
Oh,
gonna go.
I
We're,
listen to it whenever I listen to it.
this
Okay,
is
get
this
over
this
here.
is a
We got him.
this is a
He's
great
a liar.
segue into the next song.
All right.
Surprise! I'm from Cuba. Everyone has one brain. Best way to end an album. And I can say end an album because the way it ends, in my opinion, it is the ending of the album. The
Yeah.
way that it seamlessly, without you knowing, goes in to the 12 hours. It is phenomenal, and that's how the intro to this album should have been. They should have gave it that ambiance to where you go from something soft to heavy or from heavy to soft. And this song right here embodies that. And then of course you have the prodigal lyric of just John yelling out, I believe there's nothing, no, I believe there's meaning. And then it's what
Yeah.
more can you say? I
You,
those lyrics hit hard only for the sole fact of one time I tripped and fucking David Fussell was the one that told me this shit and it ruined my whole entire life. And it really holds a good place. And like I said, this was the best way to end this album because of how they transitioned
Oh
it
shit.
to go into the actual last ending of the album. So, yes, there is a reason why I listen to 12 hours a lot. It's because of the way that it transitions.
yeah, this is my favorite song on the album. It really is. I love the. This is the song with the best drums on the album to me. Like the outro, the kick is so fucking heavy. Like you know what it is? It gives me Hail the Sun vibes. Like whenever Hail the Sun comes in and it just sounds like a big orchestra of all the instruments
Mm-hmm.
playing together. I get that vibe from this song a lot. I like Johnny's lyrics. Like, oh girl, look up, show me what you have to use. I'm like, damn, all right, look up, baby. You know. But again, this is where like John was on that nihilistic shit, that existential dread,
Yeah,
that pit of despair,
big
and
time.
everything is everything and everything is nothing. And I love that shit.
Um, I don't know, man. For me, I love John's fucking lyrics in this song. For like starting off with "Hey girl, I'm gonna eat your soul. I got this sword, dashing, young and bold." That already slaps. Like you
Yeah.
you know you're in for a good fucking ride when the song starts out like that.
Hey, do you think that those lyrics in tie with another song that they have?
Is it a song later or a
You
song
think?
we've already been over?
Oh no, it's a song later.
Yes, I do.
I do too. We'll get to that soon.
And I mean, you know, Dance Gavin Dance has a lot of weird ass song titles, but this one is probably one of the weirdest ones, man. Surprise, I'm from Cuba. Everyone else has one brain. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's just odd. That's just off the wall. Like,
Yeah,
but
I would love to know why they named it that. Like, did they just name it some random shit, or is that like a little inside thing,
I
or
don't
just
know,
something
dude.
that I don't get? You know,
That's
It,
something that
I
we'll never
mean,
know.
I mean, we could ask them.
We could.
Yeah,
We'll try.
Alex, call them.
There is one thing that I keep wanting to know that we'll get into when we talk about the singles. And I told David about this one day when we were talking about one of the specific singles, and I want to know, and I will know one day.
I
But
will know.
another
God damn it,
thing,
I'll
yeah,
know.
yeah, another thing that I like about this song is the little spoken words, that you don't really hear during the out before the outro. I'm just reading it right now in the lyrics, and it's not. It's this cool little story. It's like it says, all of those who took the road before you, they were possessed by the dark power, but you shall do this alone. As you walk through valleys of the Gorgon Tempest, the tri-element black darkness was engulfing the sovereign lands. Using the +9 staff of the Bobcat, a voice said from above, defeat the demon of Wrathcorp, and you shall restore peace to the land and the lineage of your blood.
you know that's a bunch of video game references, right?
No, I see. I didn't know that,
I
and
I'm pretty
the,
sure that I'm pretty sure those are either WoW or some StarCraft 2 references,
I didn't know that.
Ugh.
which I've never really played either of those games.
So
But I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that
exactly.
those are some WoW references in there.
So and that's honestly what I like about this song too. It's like only people that would know about that game or know about that game would know about that. Other people would look
Yeah.
at that and be like, "What are they talking about?"
Mindless, senseless,
Right?
garbledygook.
One more thing I want to add, since I was talking about this is my favorite drum track on the album. It has such a good feel after verse two. Um, Whenever Johnny does oh look up girl, show me what you have to use, and then the drums go like dun 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 right now I. That's one like my favorite feels. This
It's a
album.
good feel right there. That's
Yeah.
a good feel.
Well,
So,
shit.
Hey,
do
is
you
this the
mind? Do you
I
mind? Do you mind?
go
Can
go
I
ahead.
can I take it? Can I take the
Yeah,
next one? Oh
the next
shit.
one is the last one.
Yeah, 12 hours, 630 miles. All right.
Yes.
Here are my thoughts on this song. I feel like this song and Untitled were once a song on its own. I feel like I really feel like that they weren't a separate song in the beginning. I feel like this was the same song, and then they cut them up.
Kind of like something that we'll get onto a later album.
Absolutely, but I feel like this is one of the first instances where they do this, and I mean,
Okay,
just
but to
Johnny goes hard in this song. Like a lot of people probably don't listen to this one, but I think it's beautiful. There's the melody of the song, the rhythm, the tune, everything about the song is beautiful. It's just a good old time. I don't think it should have ended the album. I think Surprise should have ended it. But
it did.
goddamn.
In my opinion, Surprise did end it. I
It
don't care.
did.
I don't
It
care what
did.
they titled the tracks. I consider Surprise to be the
The
last
ender.
track.
The ender. And it's because to me, and I will repeat it until the day I die, the way that it transitioned into it, because honestly, if you didn't know that 12 was the last and you were just listening to Surprise, you would have never known that it would have went into 12 because of just the transition. And I love it and I will always love it, and it is great. And it shows, like I said, in later albums, it shows how they can take a song and make it into a two-parter and still be really good. I can't wait till we hit the next album, which we'll be doing soon, which is self-titled, right?
Yeah.
Alex.
I cannot wait
Alex.
because
Take your microphone out of your mouth.
I have
Alex.
some things to say about
Alex.
two of those songs on that album.
Get out of my fucking kitchen.
But that's what I have to say about it.
You know,
All right, David.
I respect it because they've only ever done like two acoustic songs. They did like this and Perfect, so it's a nice change of pace. But once I listen to it, like once on the listen through, I don't listen to it again for probably like 9 months. So take that as you will. You know, it's kind of that's kind of all that I really got on it.
Eh,
Well, shit. Anybody
so
got some little thoughts or anything?
I
I
ain't got
think this
no
is Johnny
thoughts,
Craig's.
bro.
I think this is Johnny Craig's strongest album.
final thoughts of the album. They showed how they can stray away from what they were doing in the in the beginning, and they really showed that. They were like, we're not just gonna keep playing these ridiculously hardcore riffs. We want to change it up a little bit because I think at the time is when I can't
This
remember
came out
which
in '07.
in
Yep.
'07.
Yep.
Uh dang it.
It was
Watch your
like 1
profanity.
year after the EP.
Yeah.
The EP was '06.
But
I'm tr-
didn't DBM didn't it come out like
okay, yeah.
mid
I yeah.
fucking oh
That,
07
yeah, this was
or
another
end of
one
oh
that I
07?
wanted to touch on was the reason why I think they felt the need to actually start getting more technical with their stuff was because at the time they were in competition. I wouldn't say competition, but Manipulator came out from the Fall of Troy about the same
Yes.
time. This Manipulator came out in May 1st, and Dance Gavin Dance came out in May 15th. So yeah, 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
And
very
this
competitive
was
scene there.
very competitive scene at the time for basically the post-hardcore scene, experimental post-hardcore scene, if
And
you
they
will.
were both
Like,
very
yeah,
experimental.
just transitioning with trying new elements of math rock and all that and whatnot. And yeah, I can see why they tried to progress more than they did from the last EP was because of that driving force. They were like, we don't want to just keep doing the same thing because there's other bands out here that are doing something different. And I think they really showed that on this album.
All right. Let's get to ranking the album. I give it 7 ant lines out of 10.
you know, I like this album more than what I did uh, the EP. I gave the EP a 7.5. I think this is a solid 8.0. There's still some things that kind of hold it back, because you can't just think of an album of how it came out. You have to think of how it aged as well. I definitely think that there are some parts of this album that didn't age very well, but it kind of leaves a little bit of a salt in your mouth. But you need that twang in your life. You know what I mean? So solid 8.0.
You got salt, but you wanted mustard type of shit.
I give this album a 7.5 because, for one, like I said, production went up, and that's what I loved about it. And another thing is, it had some of my favorite lyrics from Johnny at the time. Way better than what he was producing with their first EP. And like David said, it also ties into if you can come back and listen to this album almost 10 plus years later and still enjoy some of the songs from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so least favorite and most favorite song. Go ahead with it.
Not counting Untitled or 12 Hours.
Uh, doesn't matter.
Uh, Favorite probably gotta be Surprise. I'm from Cuba. Least favorite, shit, maybe Times New Roman or Antlion.
Okay.
You know,
Alex, what do you
like
got, buddy?
Favorite, it would have to be Antlion. I know it's just very controversial with that. I listened to the album and I was like, Antlion. Antlion has it for me because it was a song. honestly that I didn't listen to a lot.
Shut the fuck
But
up.
coming
man.
back from to this album, it just changed it. It's like a different perspective from it. And least favorite, it'd have to be New Times Roman.
Yeah.
Favorite, Open Your Eyes and Look North. Least favorite, Strawberry Andre.
Get fucked. Fuck you.
Right, get fucked.